This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Last time we were all together, I was as devastated as a coach as you've ever seen for his team and our players. And I'm on the other side of that. I'm so ecstatic, so happy, so thankful, grateful to coach them all. They've found a way to win one that looked like could have gone the other direction like so many of these have. And we're going to celebrate this one. That was hard earned. We had to do a lot of different things tonight. We got in early foul trouble. We had to play some lineups that hadn't played together much, and to find a way to win on the road against a streaking, an Auburn team that's won 3 in a row. I'm really, really on the other side of how sad I was and how devastated we were the other night. We're that happy today.
Ethan?
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. So after all y'all have been through recently, just how good did it feel? I mean, Johnson shooting 85% free throws on the year to just catch a break that goes y'all's way. How good did that feel?
Finally. The exact opposite of the other night. I said to Phil, and y'all cover sports, so y'all probably see it. And unless you play a team sport, you don't understand the lows and the highs. So as low as we were the other night, we're equally as high. It changes the way the food tastes. The plane won't be late. The pizza will be hot. The Cokes will be cold. The water will be cold. My boys will take a nap on the plane. It won't be bumpy. That's just the way sports is. And I'm so thankful that we got a break. I said it before the game. I said it. Y'all can go back and listen to Phil. I said, we're due some breaks. And again, I was confused. I'm going to be the first to stand here and admit, I just told our team, I thought they were going to get to shoot 4 free throws, because the way it was explained to me, they called the common foul and then they called an intentional foul, which I thought that's why Johnson got to go shoot the free throws. But they said because it was an intentional and the foul was on Koulibaly, who's not an 85% free throw shooter, they could choose anybody. So I feel sorry for that kid. I think she's a freshman. No, she's not a freshman. Is she a freshman? I don't know. I feel sorry for her regardless of how many academic credits she's got. It's a tough thing. Their team was, on a 3-game win streak. Johnny Harris is somebody I've worked with in the past and have a lot of respect for. You hate playing against your friends, but that's what happens in this league. It was not a pretty thing to watch. It was so disjointed with 54 fouls and was that 66 free throws. Couldn't have been fun to watch. 2 hours and 17 minutes, SEC Network. I hope they had some extra commercials ready, but it feels that good, Ethan.
Yeah, and then I know you said that you thought they were getting 4 free throws, so I'm not sure if this already goes ahead and answers my next question, but was it talked about in the huddle, on that inbound to try and force a 5-second call or make it difficult?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. We work on it. No. I'd like to be that guy that told you we worked on it and we talked about it. We just said you got to get up. We got to make it tough on them, and we've not worked on it. But I think our kids are basketball savvy enough to know we needed that. And credit to them for rallying around their team, and getting it. Game changer.
And then last thing that I have is, talking about the fouls called and forcing to have to go on the bench. How good did it feel to get back in the win column with kind of a whole team effort? Took everybody.
I think that's why everybody feels so good. It's everybody smiling and hugging, and not just the win. Like we said, losing exposed a lot of things and winning kind of hides it. So we still got to comb through this. Obviously, we had a miscommunication on the inbounds play that could have gone bad. We got to get that fixed. We had some bad turnovers in the second half. We had a lot of missed box outs, but to win the battle on the boards against those guys and the turnover battle and the free throw battle, that just gave us a 3-point chance. But it feels really good, and happy for all of our kids. They worked really hard. They stuck together. Last week that bye week was a tough week with the weather. We weren't able to be together. We had COVID flashbacks to when we were doing Zooms. So at some point tonight, I will probably allow myself to think what would have happened if it hadn't have gone our way here at the end, and it'd have been a 5-game losing streak. Could we have recovered? I've got to think through that as a coach, and we'll have to talk through it as a staff to make sure we're ready now for going to Vanderbilt, because again, that's a tough place. We haven't won there in a while.
Christina?
Yeah, coach, obviously, the outcomes were different, but that's 2 games now where you've had a big lead and then the second half has kind of gotten out of hand. Just what's been the problem in those second halves? Obviously, it's different games, but just what have you seen there?
We keep looking. We thought maybe it was how we communicate defensively. We thought it was we were getting to the gym too late. We're still searching. They're away from us. I think we're so good in that first half when they're right in front of our bench, because our teammates, the players that aren't playing, y'all probably don't know this, but I given an assignment to Avery, Carly, Lauren, and now Marin every game to watch something and yell and coach and help us. And they do a tremendous job. Well, you can't hear us in the second half. So the one thing we haven't done, I call it a silent night practice. We're going to have a practice between now and Vanderbilt where no coach can talk. It's just got to be team talk. That could be it. That could be it. But yeah, it's not just the second time either, Christine. We did it out in San Diego too. It is a pattern. And if we don't get it fixed. And then the other thing I'll say is this game could have been over a long time ago if you don't miss 16 free throws. Got to do better than that. Got to do better than 59% on the road. So, I don't think it's any one thing. I do think it all comes together, but we're going to keep searching so that we take advantage of a time lead for the rest of the way out.
And then just what was the key to limiting Coulibaly in the first half, especially? I know she was a little bit limited in the second half, but
Sailor Poffenbarger doing an incredible job. And then also her teammates being in the gaps for her. Really good recognition of where she wanted to go with it. We had our guys practice squad back out, with school being back in session. And Eli was an unbelievable Aisha Coulibaly for 2 days. But, Sailor's just has really stifled other opponents defensively all year. And she did it again tonight. Hold that kid to 1 point on 0 for 8. It was obviously a great individual effort by Sailor, but there was a lot of team help. Sam and Mac in those gaps. Chrissy was really, really active today in the gaps. So it was a team thing, but it does start with Sailor. You got it. You can't not mention that.
Dudley?
I guess anytime you have a player gets 37 points, she's going to be a focus the next game. Only got 4 touches in the first half, got 8 in the second half. Did they do anything different because of that?
Yeah, they were really sin. It was hard to get it to her at all, Dudley. I mean, Johnny's been around some of the greatest defensive minds ever to coach. I knew she was going to have something up her sleeve, and she did. There was just no space to operate. They frustrated her. They really attacked her and blocked a couple of shots. We went to her early there a couple of times in the second half to try to get her going. And yeah, it was credit to them, but also still credit to Aaron for finding a way to get 14 and 9 on a night when, they were really focusing on her. She made some good passes too. They didn't lead to assists, but they led to great shots. And, we're going to continue to see that after, the way she's played in league. We'll have to work with her on kicking it out quicker a little bit sometimes. She obviously needs the ball, a rhythm dribble to do a lot of her work around the basket. So we'll have to make some adjustments. A couple of times we cut in on top of her too. Like we should have just spotted up. But we'll make that improvement now that we know that teams might do that to her and us.
All good, Dudley?
Also, as your program gets more popular and continues to get better, you'll get as much criticism as you do popularity. Talk about how you have the players deal with that. I know how you deal with it.
Yeah, I try to make them just aware that there was a quote that said, "You take serious criticism from serious people, and you take criticism from unserious people unseriously." So you got to filter it. You can't ignore it. You can't stay away from it. You can't shelter them. Like you just said, Dud, that's a sign you've arrived when people want your job. To me, I'm a lifelong Arkansan. My idols in the Arkansas coaching profession have all had people trying to run them out. So that makes me feel like I've reached a milestone, not anywhere near their status, but we're starting to get there. I love the fact, Dudley, that that we lost to Ole Miss, we lost to Alabama, who are in fourth and fifth in our league. You know, I used to get attaboy, hey man, you played him close, keep your head up, coach. I love that we flipped that around to where our people expect us to win. And I say keep coming out and cheering for us and cheering against us. We stick together and we talk about it. That's how we handle it, Doug. We talk about it, we laugh about it, but we know got each other's backs. And we give each other the serious criticism and we listen to each other.
Thanks, Coach.
You got it, buddy.
And then Jordan.
We talked about your ability to close out close games. Did you guys do anything different tonight?
I would just say this. I gave all my assistant coaches and everybody that's on our hallway a duty that I had not given them in the past. You know, a lot of times you expect – I was missing a lot of things. When I started watching film, I couldn't believe the number of things I've been missing during a live ball. So I asked for help, and we got great help all the way down from every position. Every coach had some input tonight. So I think that was different. I trusted Mac with fouls. I didn't sub her out offense for defense. I trusted Chrissy with 2 fouls. Some things I might not have done, but I was gonna ride with those guys. So yeah, we did a few things a little different. I still don't really feel like we closed it out, Jordan, to be 100% honest with you. I feel like we just kind of survived it. I'm not going to get in here and go all James Naismith on you and tell you that we got everything figured out. We don't, but we did find a way to win and we did make improvement. And that's what I want so much for this team is just keep finding ways to improve and to get back to 500 in this league. Again, you'd have to work with Kylie to see it, but it just doesn't happen very often. It is a hard league to stay around 500 in. I'm so proud that we're back there.
All right.
And with the foul trouble, Emery played some significant minutes in that first half. Could you just talk about her performance?
So proud of her. She's in the toughest spot to be on our team. She's in that 9th spot, that 9th in minutes, and she has not done anything other than say, how can I help my team? How can I help my team? And I was watching a bunch of film on Auburn from last year. If y'all go back last year at home in Auburn, Mac was out with an injury. Sam and Jersey were out with sickness. Okay. So that was the game Ramirez had to play the point. But Emery played a ton of minutes and she played really good. The more I kept watching, I said, I'm going to give Emery a chance tonight. And I think it's very deserving because she's worked hard in practice being the other team's best player a lot of times, best post player. And she just walked in and what she does is be tough. And she got 2 tough rebounds, blocked a shot, and just got Aaron some minutes when we were in foul trouble.
BetOnline remains your #1 source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.